Hey everybody, welcome back to another Jackson Jet Setting Resort review. Today I'm coming to you live from one of the oldest resorts in Las Vegas and definitely one of the most historic. It's the Flamingo Las Vegas. Operated by Caesars, it's in the center of the Las Vegas Strip, so it's an awesome location and quite reasonable hotel rates. I paid just $11.40 after tax for my room, plus a $49.95 resort fee plus tax, so very reasonable rate for my one night stay. My room was in the main tower here, and they gave me a key that was really advertising the Paris Las Vegas, probably a budget cut thing. Overall, a pretty clean looking hallway. 18051 was my room, so let's go inside and take a look. Now you can't smell it through the video here, but this room reeked of marijuana, so I went downstairs and I grabbed a different room. If you ever have a problem with your room, you can always head downstairs and they usually work something out for you. When you walk inside, you have a frosted sliding glass door into the main bathroom here. Decent sized shower with all of your toiletries there on the wall and those reusable containers that have come to all resorts and hotels around the world. You even have a bath that's separate from the shower, so that's nice. Small toilet next to that. And then one sink here. Overall, not a terrible bathroom by any means. You have a TV in the mirror as well. Very Vegas there. And walking into the main room, not a bad theme here. A little dated feeling for sure, but I do love the flamingo lamp right there. And you do have a lot of dated furniture in here though, so definitely in need of a renovation. But overall, a pretty clean room if you had no sense of smell. To me, the smell was probably coming from somewhere else in the hall, but definitely was filtering into the room. So appreciate the hotel for taking care of that. Walking over to the closet here, you have your safe, small ironing board, and some hangers there for your clothes. Small desk to be able, actually a decent sized desk to be able to get some work done while here in town in Las Vegas. And then a good view of the main habitat area and the pool with the high roller wheel in the background. So that habitat area is where we're going to start our full tour of the resort. This is where the famous flamingos are. It's a completely free activity. I love that they have this here. A lot of these things have disappeared in Vegas over the last couple of years, so it's great that the Flamingo still features that. It's good to see flamingos at the Flamingo, I think. Now, the rest of this area is pretty expansive. I wasn't able to fully tour this area, though, because they are actually redoing the entire pool complex right now. They're supposed to open this in time for pool season, but when I was looking at this in February of 2025, did not look quite ready, and I don't really know how they're going to get that ready in time for the warm temperatures of March and spring break, but we'll see. Bunch of other landscaped areas here, though, and a lot of weddings happen here because it is so lush. It does have that sense of escapism, which I love of Las Vegas. This decent-sized courtyard has a few fountains, as well as a Carlos and Charlie, so a fun party bar here if you're staying at the Flamingo. Like I said, this is in the center of the Strip. It's in between a number of other Caesars hotels that you can charge back to your room. It's a very convenient spot and connected to a lot of things, including the Linq Promenade, which I'll show you in just a bit, as well as some of the other hotels right next door that are sort of incorporated into the resort complex because it's all owned by the same company now. The pool areas were completely closed, and the rest of the area that would have been open to me were also closed for a wedding, so I didn't wander in there. We just got a look at the concept art here this week as I was posting this video, so I'm including it here. It's going to have the largest swim-up bar in Las Vegas, which I think is an absolute no-brainer, and surprised that not more pools have embraced this concept. It's embraced all over Florida, so awesome to see that. And now let's head inside and explore what the Flamingo has to offer. So starting near the entrance to the monorail, the resort does have a monorail stop, which is nice and convenient if you're heading to another hotel or resort on this side of the Strip, the east side of the Strip. Purple Zebra, a small bar with some of those fruity cocktails that are very hangover-inducing and very sugary. Next to RuPaul's workroom, you have the workout room. So a decent-sized gym, nothing all that incredible, but it is available to you as part of your resort fee. Spa elevators for the spa tower over here to the left. And then a few retail establishments and to-go eateries here. There is a conference center on one of the lower floors here. But this all leads into the main casino area as well as the check-in area. Main resort gift shop over here with lots of Flamingo logo items. That's definitely worth checking out because Flamingo makes for great clothes, great logo. Again, this is one of the most historic resorts on the Strip, run by Bugsy Siegel way back in the day, a fully mob-run casino. And as we enter the main lobby here, you'll notice the Starbucks to the right. Very chaotic area, but the main valet is going to be down here. And they actually have a salon down here, so wanted to note that you can actually come down here, and that's pretty hidden. But back up on the main floor, you can check in at the kiosks or with a main front desk agent here. You are going to have to wait until the main check-in time here without paying a early check-in fee. They're pretty strict about that unless you have some sort of status. Cake Bake Shop has a few vending machines here, so you can get your cake by vending machine. Pretty unique item there. And now we'll make our way to the casino floor. The casino is going to offer all the things that you know a casino offers. You have a lot of slot machines as well as table games throughout. Lobby bar over there to the right. You can play some video poker there. Maybe get a free drink or two. The Flamingo itself is a pretty large feeling resort, but the casino to me feels fairly small. It's sort of bordered on either side by these retail areas. Pinky's by Vanderpump is a new offering here too, right at the entrance from the south side of the resort. Very lush feel here, kind of what Vanderpump's signature is. This is this tropical feel here. It's definitely worth checking out there. Take a look up at the ceilings too. There's some great classic Vegas ceiling designs here. But a lot of gambling going on here at the Flamingo during my stay, as you would expect in Las Vegas. Cashier desk over here to the right as you walk through the main casino floor. And at the end of this walkway is going to be the Flamingo showroom, and this is where Piff the Magic Dragon performs, as well as RuPaul's Drag Race Live. So it kind of can alternate depending on the night that you're there. Lots of entertainment options here at the Flamingo. As we make our way off the main drag of the casino, it continues on, but there's also a food hall that has recently been redesigned. I'm going to call it a food court, though, because there's not really anything high-end about it. There's a bunch of different chain restaurants that are perfectly fine, but I think a food hall has things that you really can only find maybe at that location or a select few locations around the U.S. So a Johnny Rockets here, a Wing Zone, Nathan's Hot Dogs. A couple different options for you here at the Flamingo that are a little bit more casual. The casino carries on, and there's the X Burlesque Theater right here to the right. And then that's going to end up at Carlos and Charlie's. We're going to turn left and head to a few more eateries here. This area has been recently redesigned, and it's probably my favorite part of the resort, at least indoors. The Bugsy and Myers Steakhouse is right here. They also have a speakeasy inside this establishment. This whole resort, despite the price that I paid, I think is one of the best deals in Vegas now, because they do have a lot of redesigned eateries that are very upscale feel. The casino is pretty clean. It's got that kind of history to it, and it's got a great location on the Strip. So this whole area was pretty cool to me. I like what they're doing here at the Flamingo. You have a great view of the habitat outside here too, so lots of natural light, which I think is awesome. And then right at the entrance of the steakhouse is going to be the entrance to the Habitat elevators, so you might be assigned that tower here at the Flamingo. Next to that is Havana 1957, which is a brand new establishment here. Cuban food, really great vibe in here. They had a lot of Latin music going on. A lot of fun, vibey type places here at the Flamingo here in 2025. If you're loving this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. We have a lot of Vegas content here, as well as other resorts around the world. Thanks a lot for watching. Finally, to continue the Cuban theme, there's Cortadito Coffee House. As you leave the resort, there's a few other retail establishments and kind of to-go dining options, and that's going to lead you into the Linq Promenade, which has a ton of different food and beverage options, as well as things to do in entertainment. So now let's check that out from the Strip side all the way to the back at the High Roller. This area is still relatively new. It's been around for a few years now, and it sits in between the Flamingo and the Linq. So you have a pathway that used to be a street that they turned into this walking promenade with tons of shops and restaurants. It's really, really fun. They have currently the only In-N-Out on the Strip, but that's about to change. They're going to have a massive In-N-Out opening on the Strip here shortly. One amazing feature of the Linq Promenade is the Flamingo zip line. So that's 6 different zip lines that you can race down this promenade, pay a little extra for, of course. But it's a great experience, adds a lot of kinetics to the area. People are flying overhead all the time. This thing's pretty popular, so definitely check that out if you're in the market. Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips over here to the right. Then you have O'Shea's to the left. We'll check that out after we're done with our tour of the promenade. That's one of the entrances to the Linq, and it's a Irish-themed casino within a casino. And you see throughout your walk here at the very end is the high roller wheel. So that's an extra charge experience, and it's about an hour experience to do one full rotation on the wheel. They have a few different experiences there, including one with an open bar, but you have incredible views of Las Vegas. I definitely recommend doing that at night, but it's a really fun time. So that's located at the end of our walk here. Eventually you come to a larger opening here on the promenade. This is where you're going to find Brooklyn Bowl as well as the In-N-Out. Also an ice bar here, so a lot of fun experiences for guests and people visiting Las Vegas to do all right here. So that's located right next to the Flamingo, which is awesome. And so right at the end of the walk here is going to be Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. I recommend coming in here, checking out some of the acts. There might be a big name comedian in town during your visit. That's all kind of random, but a good, high quality comedy club right here on the strip, which is awesome. Located above the promenade is the pool at the Linq, so that does have a view of the promenade, which is cool. Probably the only remarkable thing about that pool here at the Linq. We're going to do a full tour of the Linq as well in this video because it's right next door to the Flamingo. You're probably going to wander in here if you're staying at the Flamingo, so we're going to try and do that in full completion here. As promised, we're going to enter through O'Shea's, which is an Irish pub-themed casino. It's one of my favorites here on the Strip. It used to feel dingier than this. They actually redid it and made it a little bit nicer, but they do have beer pong available in a casino, which is pretty awesome. But they have a live music and things like that late at night. It's got a great vibe in here, so a fun place to come. One of my favorite places in Las Vegas. The Linq is the old Imperial Palace, and I think it's kind of a thrown together design. It's not very well themed. It's got kind of a weird name. But as you walk from the main casino floor where we entered, we're going to walk back to the main check-in area, check out some of the restaurants that are available. You have a number of different things here. Hash House A Go-Go, which has a number of locations on the Strip. You have another Nook Eatery, which is like one of those to-go food places. You have another Purple Zebra coming up. A lot of the same establishments that you see even at the Flamingo next door available here at the Linq. As we weave our way through some of these hallways that are pretty jam-packed, over to the left here is going to be one of the hotel elevator banks. And then there's going to be a number of different shops leading back here to the parking garage. There's also going to be a small bakery over here to the right, and then a Dunkin' Donuts. This pathway also leads in full air conditioning to the new Caesars Forum, which is one of the newest convention center complexes they built behind all these different Caesars-owned hotels. There's a parking garage. Just a note, the parking garage does flood when it rains here in Vegas, which isn't too often, but there's actually a big arroyo that flows through this property, and it's pretty wild to see. You should look up on YouTube at some of those pictures. But heading back to the casino floor, we're going to see a little bit more of what the Linq is working with. Harrah's and the Linq share a monorail station as well that's in the back of the property, similar to over at the Flamingo. So you are connected to the monorail. It's just a pretty long walk and overall not all that convenient. I love monorails and I love public transportation, but I think that Vegas really hasn't done an amazing job of promoting that monorail or connecting it to things that people want to go to, like the airport. Casino itself, though, has been redone. Nice modern feel here. Some decorations for Chinese New Year as you walk in the door. Check-in area over here to the right, and of course you have a lot of kiosks as well that you can do the self-check-in. One of the newest offerings here at the Linq, and I think something worth visiting if you're staying at the Flamingo, is Disco Show. So this is put on by an entertainment group here in Vegas that has had a lot of success across the street with Absinthe. It's a very themed New York in the 2000s vibe. You enter here with this awesome disco room, and then you enter what basically feels like a grungy transit center as the bar. They have a steakhouse in here, as well as a full show that you can buy tickets to in the evening. It's a really fun themed experience if you're someone who just likes fancy cocktails and a super engrossing experience like this. I think you should definitely come check this out. The bar itself is called 99 Prince, doesn't require any reservations. Obviously, we'll get busy around the time of those shows in the evenings. And if you continue down the pathway, you're going to find one of the Guy Fieri restaurants on the Strip. Shout out to some of the other videos on my channel where I tour Carnival cruise ships, and they have a lot of Guy Fieri burger bars on board. One of the best burgers at sea, so big fan of the guy. Right next to that will be the entrance to the Linq from the Harrah's pathway. It's got a really fun LED screen entrance. And then if we double back, we'll head past some construction. So the main casino bar Catalyst is under construction right now. Some more of these fun LED screens as you walk through to the rest of the casino. Pretty large casino. Lots of sports going on. I like how they have the sports screens on for people that are here in the casino gaming. You don't have to miss any plays. And then this will lead us back to the Strip, and we can check out one last restaurant at the Flamingo that just opened. You'll pass a fun taco truck as you leave, run by the cake shop guy. But you're back on the Strip, and you'll find Gordon Ramsay Burger, which has taken over the space that used to hold a lot of the Margaritaville casino. They had a Margaritaville themed part of the casino, which I quite liked, but now it's part of the Gordon Ramsay restaurant empire. They have these fun flames as you walk in, so a great new offering at the Flamingo. Now, if you head back to the Guy Fieri restaurant at the Linq, that connects over to Harrah's, and I wanted to include Harrah's in this video because it is so close to the Flamingo, just one small casino away. You may end up wandering over here if you're on the promenade or something like that. So the Carnival Bar is a pretty popular spot. It's got live music outdoors in between the two hotels. Technically, it's part of Harrah's, but Harrah's has a lot of signage. It's been on the Strip for a very long time. Another reasonable option. We'll start our tour at the back of the property where an Uber or a Lyft would drop you off to go check in. It's going to be closest to the check-in desks. Harrah's is a little bit wider than the Linq, though you can definitely tell it's an older casino because they just are a little bit more limited on space. This hotel has gone under a renovation recently. I think it's done a pretty decent job of making the rooms look really nice. Stay tuned for that room tour video shortly on the channel. But they are connected to that Caesars Forum, and so now they're going to have a lot more business travelers. So that's why this property got a little bit more money just to make things feel a little bit more upscale here. They added a food hall. So all this is just meant to make the business travelers feel like they're staying at a little bit more high end of a hotel than what it was even just a few years ago. So we're walking towards the casino now from the main check-in area. Number of different retail establishments here. The Starbucks over here to the right. Here's that food hall I was talking about. So a number of different options here. Coffee in the morning. You have a bar, you have pizza, a lot of different options here that are definitely more of a food hall concept in that it's not all of the chain mall restaurants that you find in a food court. So this qualifies as a food hall to me. As I've done my Vegas tours here recently, I have to discern whether it's actually a food hall or a food court. So this qualifies as a food hall to me. Also very nice tile on the floor. Feels really upscale. Lots of purples here in the casino. That's definitely the color scheme of the hotel. But they've made a few more adjustments here. The new lobby bar is really nice. It's been a while since I've been in the Harrah's, so all this felt very new to me. And then I'll show you the new Gordon Ramsay Kitchen restaurant. So they have Gordon Ramsay Steak over at the Flamingo and Gordon Ramsay Kitchen over here at the Harrah's. All very upscale feel, very nice restaurants. So you have a lot of different options here right off the main casino floor. Now, there's actually an upstairs part of Harrah's that has most of the showrooms. So, a number of different shows. Pretty budget. I think you can probably get very discounted tickets for these most nights. You head up the escalators, and there's a number of different showrooms that you can find. Donny Osmond's here, a number of different campy comedy shows. Very fun stuff, though, if you're looking to entertain yourself in Vegas on a budget. I think these are probably really entertaining shows. I just haven't seen them myself. Back on the main casino floor, you have Pizza Cake, which is a pizza restaurant. This guy has really partnered with Caesars. His stuff is everywhere at these casinos. And then next to that is Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. So that's going to be your standard Ruth's Chris that you find all over the world, but with a great strip view. Really good location for Harrah's, so I definitely want to check that out one of these days. And then next door to that is the piano bar. So this is a dueling piano bar. They have karaoke at some points. This place is always lively in the evening. So Harrah's has a great energy. I think it's a very fun casino to hang out in. So I definitely recommend stopping in here if you're staying at the Flamingo. But that does it for our tour of the Flamingo and a few other hotels nearby. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and we'll see you on the next video.